I can assure you, by end of this video, you are going to learn how to perform the subnetting on a Class C network based on the host requirements. Hello everyone, welcome to Irash Academy. From the previous 3 videos, you have learned how to do subnetting based on the network requirement. Now it is the time to talk about the subnetting based on the host requirement. So what are the difference here? When you do the subnetting, there is 2 kind of method to approach. One is you can do subnetting based on the network requirement, and the second one you can do the subnetting based on the host requirement. So what is the difference? Let's see. In the first method, you are doing subnetting based on the network requirement, like how many network you need. Here you calculate the number of network that you needed and do the subnetting accordingly. In the second option, you are not only deciding the number of network. In addition, you are deciding the number of hosts in each network. Just imagine a scenario like you have 3 branches. So for each branch, you need a separate network. And what if you want to connect 30 devices in each network? And this 30 devices is the host. So here, you are not only deciding the number of network, in addition, you are going to decide the number of hosts in each network. So in the second picture, you can see you need 3 network for 3 branches, and in each branch you need to connect 30 devices. So that means each network should have 30 valid usable IP address. So this is the concept of subnetting based on the network requirement and host requirement. So in this video, we will talk about how to perform the subnetting based on the host requirement. Welcome to the video. Welcome to CCNA 200-301, Implementing and Administering Cisco Solutions, Chapter number 58, Subnetting on Class C Network based on host requirement. Learn CCNA with Irash Academy. I have placed the complete CCNA playlist at the top right corner of the video information bar. In this chapter, you will learn how to do the subnetting on Class C network based on the number of host requirement. Now let's consider our example, which is the Irish restaurant group. They have a head office and they have 5 branches across the city. From their network diagram, you can see they want to use a Class C network. And there is a requirement like each network should have 30 hosts. And this is the IP address provided, which is 192.168.10.0/24. That is a Class C network. So you can see they have the branch 1, they have branch 2, branch 3, branch 4 and branch 5. And each branch should have 30 hosts. So that means they need to do the subnetting based on the 5 network and based on the 30 hosts per network. So let's see how we can do the subnetting here. Now, as like previous subnetting video based on the network requirement, I would like to share what are the basic requirements that you needed before doing the subnetting. So, the point number 1, you need to understand the basic IP addressing, such as what is IP address, what is subnet mask, and what is default gateway, etc. Then point number 2, you need to understand the classes of IP address, such as Class A, Class B, Class C, Class D, and Class C. Then you need to know the numbering conversion, such as binary to decimal conversion and decimal to binary conversion. So before we proceed to the subnetting process, you need to understand each of this concept. So if you don't know what is the concept, just go back to previous videos and watch those concepts properly. All this information is available in the CCNA playlist. You can go and watch those videos. Now here we are going to talk about the subnetting based on the host requirement. So if you don't know what is the subnetting is and how to perform the subnetting, then it is better you go back to the previous video where I have mentioned how to do the subnetting based on the network requirement. So you watch those first and understand how to perform the subnetting. Then you can come to this video, because subnetting based on the network requirement and host requirement are almost same except some difference in the calculation that we will discuss in this video. Now let me explain what are the 3 important steps for the subnetting process. The step number 1, convert the number of hosts into binary and find out how many bits required for that. Step number 2, reserve bits value in the subnet mask and find your increment. And the step number 3, use your increment to generate the network range. So if you watch my previous video about the subnetting process based on the network requirement, you can see there is a slight difference in the steps. And what is that different? It is the part of host. Because when you do the subnetting based on the network requirement, you need to consider how many network that you needed. But when you do the subnetting based on the host requirement, you need to consider how many hosts you needed. So these are the slight difference. Rest every steps are same. So these are the main difference between the subnetting based on the network requirement and the subnetting based on the host requirement. Now let's go to the subnetting process and I will show you how to do the subnetting based on the host requirement. Now let's go to the step number 1. Convert the number of hosts into the binary. And in these steps, you need to understand what is the total number of hosts required. Then you need to convert that number into binary. So here, what is the number of hosts required? From the network diagram, we already understand that we need 30 hosts per network. So the number of hosts we needed is 30. And now convert the number into binary. So to convert this decimal number 30 into binary, you need to use the binary conversion table. So let me bring the binary conversion table and convert this number 30 into binary. So here our value is 30. The first number from left is 128. So we cannot take it. It is more than 30. So I will make it 0. Then 64 also higher than 30. That also 0. Then 32 is higher than 30 also. That is 0. Then 16, it is coming under 13, then I will make it 1. Then we got the 16 here. Now we need 14 more to reach 30. So let me take the 8 here, that is also 1. So now we got 24 total. Now we need 6 more. Now go to the 4, I will take that as a 1. Then we need 2 more. Then let's go to the next number, that is 2, I will make it 1. Then we achieve the value 30. Then the next one will be 0. So here, what is the binary equivalent of decimal number 30? It is 11110. So let me write down that here, 11110. So this is our answer. Now let's find out how many bits are required to get the value 30. So this is the decimal number 30 and this is the binary conversion. So how many bits required to get the value 30? We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bits, right? So our answer is 5 bits required to get the value 30. Now go to the next step, that is reserve bits in the subnet mask and find your increment. You need to find out what is a subnet mask. So here you need to find out the subnet mask and convert that into binary. What is our network? Our network is 192.168.10.0/24. And you can see that it is a class C subnet, that's why /24. So what is the subnet of class C network? It is 255.255.255.0. This is the subnet mask. Now convert this subnet mask into binary. So 255 means all the value in this binary conversion table should be 1, then only we get the 255. Answer is, when we convert this subnet mask, what we get is 1111111111. This is the first octet, 255. Second octet, another 255, that is also 41, again 41, total 81. Then again 255, another 81, then 0. 0 means all 0, 8 zeros. So this is the subnet mask that we converted into binary. Now here, how many hosts you needed? We need the host 30, this one. And to get 30 hosts, how many bits are required? That also we find out. 5 bits is required to get the value 30. Now the next step is you need to save the host in your network. So that means we need to save 5 bits from the host side to get the 30 host. Here I want to tell you one thing. When we do the subnetting based on the network requirement, what we were doing? We were sacrificing the host part and convert that into the network because we wanted to get the network, right? Now, in this kind of subnetting process based on the host requirement, we don't want to sacrifice the host portion. Instead, we need to save the host portion. Then the remaining one we can convert into the network side. So here we are going to save 5 bits that required to get the 30 hosts. So from where we are going to save the host? From the left side or from the right side? So in a subnet mask, what is on your left side are representing the network part, what is on your right side, it is representing the host side, right? So to save the host, you need to start from the right side, which is representing the host part. So here I am going to save 5 bits for the host part, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 bits I reserve. Then the remaining bits I can convert into the network. So 3 bits 0 I can convert into network side, so I can make it 1. So this is the 4th octet of my subnet mask. Then rest of the subnet mask value remain as it is. So here 8.1, again 8.1, then again 8.1. Okay, now convert this new subnet mask into decimal again. So here all one that represent 255 dot, then again all one represent 255, again all one represent 255. Now this value we need to convert into decimal. So here the first 3 value represent the network. Okay, so the first 3, that means this 128 plus 64 plus 32, that means 224. Okay, this is our new subnet mask, and it also indicate like /27 in CIDR format. So this is our new subnet mask. Now point number 3, use your increment to generate the network. So here you need to find out your increment value for the network part. So how to find out the increment value? Here you need to look at the subnet mask, the last portion, okay, where this network to host transition is happening. Here you need to find out the least value of network, that is this value, 3rd one from left side. So what is the binary representation of this number? From left side 128, 64 and 32, you can find this value is 32. So this is our increment to generate the network, that is 32. Now let's generate the network. So we got what is our subnet mask and what is the network increment value. Our subnet mask is 255.255.255.224 and our network increment value is 32. Now let's generate the network. So what is our network here? Our network is 192.168.10.0. This is the first network IP address. Now what is the next IP address? To get the next IP address, we need to add the network increment value 32. So our next IP address would be 192.168.10.32. Then go to the next IP address, which is 192.168.10.64. Next one 192.168.10.96. Next one 192.168.10.128. Next one is 192.168.10.160. So these are the starting IP address of each network. Now let's find out the ending IP address. To get the ending IP address of one network, you need to reduce one from the starting IP address of the next network. So here starting IP address is 192.168.10.32. So reduce one IP address, so we get 31 here. So the ending IP address would be 192.168.10.31. Here again 192.168.10.63. Then 192.168.10.95. Then 192.168.10.127. Then 192.168.10.159. So in this way you can generate the network. And this is the result we got. Here you can see 5 network as per our requirement. Okay. And each network there is a starting IP address, there is a ending IP address. And we cannot use the starting IP address because it is a network ID, and we cannot use the ending IP address which is a broadcasting ID. So the remaining IP address we can use for the devices. So usable IP address start from this point to this point for each network. So this is how you can do the subnetting on class C network based on the host requirement. So this is the answer. So in this chapter, you have learned how to do the subnetting on class C network based on the number of host requirement. Thank you very much for watching and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Enhance your skills using iRush Academy.